The last spot in the Arena Football League Conference Finals will be given out in the desert on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, where the Arizona Rattlers are heavily favored over the Spokane Shock in the 2-3 battle in the National Conference. The Rattlers entered this game at 14-4, but they've dropped 2 of their last 4 games, including a 52-45 loss in Spokane on July 17th. However, Arizona is coming off of one of its more dominating performances of the season, a 67-39 win over the Portland Thunder. Spokane might seem to be limping into the postseason at just 7-11 with its first losing season in franchise history, but it has won 3 of its last 4 to emerge as the top team not named Arizona or San Jose in the West. Keep an eye on the battle in the trenches in this one. The Rattlers' offensive line, notorious for being one of the best in the league, has struggled of late, getting reigning MVP Nick Davila sacked 7 times in the last month, 4 of which came against Spokane. Arizona, meanwhile, has maybe the most feared pass-rushing tandem in the league in Tyree Glasper and the recently healthy Marcus Pittman, along with arguably the game's best nose tackle in Antosh Hawthorne. Cliff Dukes and Michael McAdoo are also capable of 3-sack games when given the chance. Not surprisingly, Arizona's plus 16 in turnover margin is third best in the AFL, while the Shock are minus 8 in that department. It should be noted that the Rattlers went 14-4 this year in spite of the fact that only one skill player on offense, fullback Michael Benson, played in all 18 games. Rod Windsor had 1,754 yards and 39 touchdowns in just 16 games, and he scored a TD in each encounter in 2015, extending his streak of consecutive games with a touchdown to 32. Davila will have a massive upper hand in the passing game against Spokane's Arvell Nelson, who will be making his first career start at quarterback in the playoffs. Last year, Nelson was playing jack linebacker for the Pittsburgh Power in the postseason. The shifty Nelson is a threat with his legs, but he isn't the most polished passer in the world, completing just 57.7% of his passes in 2015. However, the Shock are 3-1 in Nelson's 4 starts, the first of which was against this Arizona team a month ago. The Rattlers are hosting a playoff game for the 5th consecutive season as the Western Division champs, and they're the first team to win division titles in 5 straight campaigns in AFL history. Arizona is 32-14 all-time in the postseason, and its run of 9 consecutive playoff victories is the most ever in the AFL. With a win on Saturday night, Coach Kevin Guy will move into a tie for 4th place on the all-time postseason wins list with 12, unless Mike Hohensee leads his Portland side to an upset of San Jose on Friday. The Shock are 4-3 in the playoffs all-time, including losing at Arizona both in 2011 and 2013. The Rattlers lead the all-time series 10-7 between these two, and the home team has won 14 of the 17 games. Spokane's lone win in the desert was back in its inaugural AFL season, a 63-56 triumph on May 7, 2010. The Rattlers are favored by 13.5 points as of Wednesday morning, while the total in this game is set at 105. The winner will either host Portland or visit San Jose next week with a berth in Arena Bowl 28 on the line. For ArenaFan.com, I'm Adam Markowitz.